Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's What Map. Now, as many of you will know, I'm launching a new series starting next week. It's all very hush-hush and very secret, but I have produced a special teaser trailer, and you guys are going to be the first to see it exclusively in a few seconds' time. So sit back and get ready and enjoy. Right, that's all you're getting. No more clues, no more hints, so don't even bother asking in the comments because I'm not going to tell you. What I will say though is we're in the final stages of editing. It looks really good. In fact, it looks like a game changer. So if you play Cities Skylines, you will want to subscribe to this channel now. You will not want to miss it. Anyway, today's map is a Greenwood by FAS or FAS. That is the loading screen thumbnail, that big black rectangle, so nothing's gone wrong with your playback. There's your resources, nice big bold stripes, and I quite like that as well. We're doing okay. Now, what do we need? Well, we need a few trees and whatever. Also, you need a Russian translator. I'll try and cover that in a minute for you, but it looks pretty good, pretty. There's no mention of any themes, etc., but it does automatically try to load as Clara, so I set the LUT and the theme as Clara. And it kind of looks good. In fact, it looks very good. In fact, it looks brilliantly good. And it's been a while since I've been able to say that about a map. Anyway, we're going to kind of follow the rail and the roads together today, because they kind of run parallel mostly. They did separate a little bit. Then we got a bit bumpy on the road here. This is kind of out in the woods though, literally out in the woods. So you probably won't be building here, especially if you're playing like a vanilla rules, 25 squares and all that sort of malarkey. But yes, a little bit bumpy, not the cleverest. Then we come over this side. The rail at this end looks okay actually. That goes in quite nice and smooth. So anyway, yes, so if we skip across here, we've got an essential lighthouse. Woohoo! Thing is, any shipping that comes along there has got bigger things to worry about than rocks, like those bridges for one. Nothing's going underneath that, is it? Okay, but yes, so we're a little bit bumpy coming out, and then nice looking bridges along here, all level and straight, and then we got this. I mean, seriously, what are you thinking about, huh? You produce a beautiful map and then you allow that to happen. It really doesn't take that long to sort these little problems out. You know, iron out the creases, make sure you're happy with the map, because then you get things like this. Oh my goodness me. It's a beautiful map and it is being ruined by basic detailing. We've got another one here, and the less said about the rail going over the road there, the better, I would suggest. And then we reach the start square. Woohoo! We're finally getting somewhere interesting. Personally, all I would do is I would have moved that slightly to the right. You know, maybe sort of like, well, just slightly to the right. Give a little bit more room between the intersection and the river there. But other than that, yes, perfectly sound location for a start square. Right by the water, right by the river. And we've got another one of these. Oh my. And now we've got some choices. We could go that way. And we could go that way. But what we're going to do, we will head off that way in a minute. We'll come this way instead. Yeah, we've got some more pillars in the road there. And not too bad looking, this bridge here, not too bad. Here, clips into the mountain slightly, that's not too bad though, quite happy to accept that. Like I say, it's looking really quite nice, apart from some basic detailing error. Good choices of trees, and like I say, clay automatically loads, so it looks like it was a conscious decision, even though it's not been announced. So yeah, I think it's a perfectly good choice of LUT and theme for this particular map. This one starts really well, this bridge, and then look, it kind of just goes to crap, doesn't it? Look, just goes to crap halfway across. Oh, I don't know, we'll go a bit low here. I don't understand. I really don't. This guy or gal has got a high skills indeed, and it just, I don't understand. I mean, I've never built a map myself, but this is going to be better than what I could produce. I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that. Anyway, let's follow this one out and see how we do. Are we running along in the fog? Looks like we will be. Yeah, running parallel with the rail there. That's not too bad. It could have gone level, that though. Okay, the raised rail there as we head off towards the fog here. Now what have we got? Oh, this is where we started off originally, and here's our first rail intersection. We'll head off this way now. This, it's like Disneyland, isn't it? It's just, yeah, let's take the ride of a lifetime. Woo! No, really not for me. Really not for me. Rail going this way, and this goes off into the fog, you know, across the sea that way. And then we've got, if we go the other way, we've got a dead end. Which is about time for an asset review, I think. So let's have an asset review. Now this one, well, it's been a while since we've had a railway one, and this time we've got Irwindale Station by Polygon. Polygon is obviously a parrot that is no longer with us. I can hear the tumbleweed, can you? This is a nice little station actually. It's obviously a terminus. Nothing's going right the way through that. But it's tidy, it's nice. The entrance is down at this end. You see there with the public enter the station over there, and they wander up and stand under the canopies, which does have Irwindale Station written on the canopy there. It's very nice. In fact, I'll go so far to say I really like it. So that's it, Irwindale Station by Polygon. Today's asset of the day. Subscribe to it on the workshop now. Do it now, before you forget. Shipping routes in Greenwood. Well, they're pretty much everywhere you want. One possible argument, other than like we're going under the bridges there. We'll have a look in a minute at that and there. But yes, that's all well and good. It would have been quite nice to have a connection down these two rivers, though, just to have a full circle. That's what I would have done. Now, let's have a look at this bridge. I've got a bad feeling that this is not going to go well. Really? Unless it's some sort of ghost freighter that doesn't really exist and has no mass. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? Who saw that happening, eh? A ghost freighter. And now, now the rivers, etc. This is the banks. That's what I was going to try and say. Quite like the banks here. They're not super steep. They're quite pleasant. I'm quite happy with those. And then we'll enter what I'm going to call the rivers. They're not really much of a rivers. Much of a rivers? Where have I spoken my English gone down the pan again? These are very, very nice. Very pretty. They don't really go down much of a slope. I mean, this little, you think that's going to be a bit higher, but it's not. It's pretty flat, that. And we've got the same going on down here. Only thing is, down here we've got something very odd going on with the water physics, and I don't know quite what's causing that, but something is, and it doesn't look good. But yeah, and now we'll head into, once again, there's a little hidden bay in here, which is your water source. But is it the water source? There's the question. Let's go back and have a look at these. Is this sorting itself out? Let's have a closer look at the water directions, I think. That might give us a clue as to what's actually causing this. So right, let's come down here. We've got very little water flow here, very little, so there's hardly any movement at all. This is the where the water's all bouncing. See that arrow? It can't make up its mind which direction it wants to go in. But here we've got some water feeding into it. So what it might be is water feeding into that area from up here, but then not really going anywhere. So that's my theory, is it's just coming down and it's welling up and it just doesn't know where to go. See, now it seems to be moving. So perhaps the water's getting to that and it's sticking until there's a weight of water enough to push it down the river itself. And here, we've got water flow, but it's going upstream. It's actually going away from the direction we'd like it to go, which is quite peculiar again. So I've got to say we're losing detail points there. Now, it's a lovely looking map. Let's have a look at the terrain, etc. Obviously down by the rivers and the sea, etc. It's nice and flat, loads of build plain. And you can get into the foothills nicely. There's nice tree coverage around the foothills. And this is all very good. I've got to say, this part of the map is outstanding. And the mountains are pretty much impassable. You can get into the foothills, but you won't be able to build much into them, of course. Over here, though, this mountain range is definitely accessible. You can get into there and do quite a lot with that. So that's good. And then we can come across here, and we got this is where we started originally, and these hills are very accessible as well. So that's all good. How are we going to score this level though, huh? How are we going to do it? Well, aesthetically, it's really nice. My instinct was give it a 5, but I can see there are maps such as Clayra which are better looking. So 4 solid stars there. Very happy with that. Detailing, oh my god, 2 stars is the best I can give it, I'm afraid. And gameplay potential, it would be much higher. This would be a 4 or possibly even a 5, but you're going to spend time sorting out the bridges, the detailing, the roads, and that water flow. So 3 stars for details. That's Greenwood by FAS, and that's our map of the day. So that's it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. And don't forget, I will be uploading the teaser trailer onto the channel, so if you wanted to have another look at it all on its own, it'll be there. And the actual new show will be live on Monday. See you then. Thanks for watching.